Hi, my name is Lorna. I'm a yoga teacher and a psychotherapist, and today we're going to be doing a short yoga session for absolute beginners, and this is for back mobility and shoulder flexibility. Really important when you are working from home, or your therapist's sitting down all day, or your drivers, or really to bring some flexibility into our spine. So I'm going to ask you to make yourself as comfortable as you can. You can do this seated as well. However, if possible, I'm going to ask you to come onto the ground, onto the floor. It doesn't have to be perfect. This space isn't perfect. There may be dogs barking and delivery people walking past. Let's just do it. Okay, so I'm going to ask you to make yourself as comfortable as you can, ideally seated in the floor, coming into contact with the floor. I'm sitting on a bolster to raise my hips. It's really useful to raise our hips, and basically it's more comfortable and we're less likely to arch our spine. So coming into a comfortable seated position, and by the way of sitting cross-legged is probably the most uncomfortable position that you can get in. Don't do that. Lie on the floor, sit on a chair, get comfortable for you. So we're just going to take a few moments here to arrive. Eyes open or closed, you choose, you decide. Just notice what your body's saying to you today, right now. Any areas of stiffness, any areas of tension. Just notice. Natural breath. And if you like, and when you're ready, slowly letting go of that, bringing some rolls into the shoulders, move the neck, some clicks and pops there, mine like a bowl of Rice Krispies. Okay, and if you like, and when you're ready, taking one hand on the floor next to you, feel the contact with the earth, the mat, the carpet, and we're going to side stretch, so lifting the other arm over, so if you've got a paintbrush in your hand, taking it over, and you choose where feels better for you with the neck. Is it better to look down? Would you like to look forward, or would you like to gaze up? Now I'd like you to imagine there's a magnet in this hip, right? The hip that you're leaning over on. And that magnet is pulling down into the center of the earth. So there's weight there. 5 breaths here. So we inhale, passive exhalation. Inhale, passive exhalation. Inhale, passive exhalation. One more time, inhale. Make the eyes bright, passive exhalation. Float that arm back down, and let's go on the other side. So bringing that hand in contact with the earth, or the cushion, or the leg, whatever feels best for you. I'm going to inhale, really feeling the connection between the side that we're lengthening, pulling down into the earth. So you're going to notice a lengthening, a stretch at the side of the body into the armpit, armpit to the elbow, elbow to the fingers. Just check out where you want the head, neck to be. 5 powerful breaths here. Inhale, passive exhalation. Inhale, passive exhalation. It's hard. I have to practice the passive exhalation, slowing down. What happens when we slow down? Or do we just want it all done quick? Slowing it down. When we passively exhale, we drop into a parasympathetic nervous system. So it's good for anxiety that we inhale, longer exhalation. Let's do one more here. Inhale, Exhale. It's coming back down. Yeah, you may notice one side different to the other. Just put a bit of movement in your body there, keeping soft. And now I'm going to ask you to come onto all fours. So we're going to come onto all fours. I'm going to move the bolster, move the cushion. So coming onto all fours. And I just want you to check that your knees are hip distance apart. Sometimes as women we'll have our knees a little bit wider. So it's about 2 fists apart, and that your wrists are under your shoulders. And I would like you just to experiment here with, take the wrists in the other direction. It looks quite odd, right? But just notice what that's like. That's, I do a lot of typing. That is good. Okay. So try that a couple of times, and it's your choice if you want to stay there or you can play with that. Also, what I'd like you to do here is just play with your toes. Tuck your toes under, lean back on the toes. The toes stiffen up as well. So just notice what that's like. Are they like sticks of chalk that we think are going to snap off? Yeah, just leaning back on the toes and the wrists. So come into a position that's comfortable for you right now. Maybe give the wrist a little shake. Okay, and if you like, and when you're ready, we're going to do a posture called cat-cow. So that's 2 postures to confuse you a bit more. So we're going to gently bring the chin to the chest, arching the spine. And come back to flat back. So this is cat. Okay, the toes can be tucked or flat, you choose, you decide. I'm needing a bit of flexibility in my toes, so I'm going to keep them tucked. It feels good. So like a cat, so we're going to put our weight into our fingers, send your brain into your fingers. Brain into your fingers, give them a little grip on that mat. And we're going to begin to tuck the chin in the chest, arch the spine like a cat. Let the head be soft, neck is soft. Pull the belly button back to the spine. Slowly release. So this is cat posture. We'll do this again. Inhale. So sip a bit of breath in here. Arch the spine. You might want to come forward a little bit. Arch that spine like a cat. Coming back to a neutral back, tabletop. Okay. So this time we're going to bring another posture in here called cow. Yeah, I'm not sure what part of it is cow. Okay. So we're going to drop the mid-spine. So rather than a flat table here, I'm going to drop the mid-spine. Take the gaze up. If this isn't right for your back, keep on tabletop and just work with your neck as well. Lengthen the neck. Inhale. Mid-spine drops. Exhale. Coming round into that cat stretch. 10 times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, pulling the belly button towards the spine, tucking the chin to the chest. Inhale. Exhale. Continue with this movement. Continue with this movement. Cow, cat. Now this is a really simple movement. Yet I have to say, I may have avoided this a little bit over lockdown, and I sit a lot. And actually, this is the one that I need to be doing, because this does the most magic quite quickly to start getting flexibility in the spine. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Can you keep connected with your fingers on the mat, on the carpet, with your toes? Exhale. Arch the spine. So if there's any electrical pain, I'd like you to back up from that, or any edges. We don't want to be forcing ourselves into a position, just noticing, because quite quickly, especially when we integrate breath, we soften. So like toffee, that's quite hard, like a piece of toffee, and then when you warm it up, it starts to go a bit claggy and soft and malleable. That happens to our spine. So, but it happens quickly as well. Bring the breath, arch the spine, and release. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to take your knees wide, toes together, get a bolster, and if you haven't got a bolster, a cushion or a blanket rolled up, or we can do this posture without anything. It's just nice to have something we can let go a little bit more when there's some contact. So I'm going to ask you to come into pose of the child, your pose of the child, but with the knees wide. So I'm going to lengthen up through the front of my body and slowly come down into pose of the child. Now you choose where you want your head to be, which side. If you want the elbows a little closer to keep you supported, can you let go here? Can you let go here? Just take some easy breaths here. Just noticing the lower spine releasing, mid-spine, hips. And we store more stress in our hips. We think it's our shoulders and neck, but we store our emotions in our hips. So this is why a lot of people have got stiff hips. And it's often in yoga people can get a bit emotional with when we do hip openers. So just holding that in mind and keeping yourself safe. Just letting go. You may stay here for longer if you like. So this is called wide leg pose of the child, because we've got our legs wide and we're in pose of the child. And I have to say, these bolsters, you might think, oh, you've got to be doing yoga for 40 years to buy a bolster. They're about 25 to 30 pound in the grate, and actually you can use them for sitting in the garden, sitting on the floor, sitting watching the TV, or eating my dinner sit on there when I'm eating my dinner. So you know, you might want to treat yourself to some nice stuff. Okay, so then just moving the bolster away, and we're going to come back onto all fours. Back onto all fours, just checking that the knees are hip width apart. Fingers, you know, it's easy, we can sort of start all the time we're thinking about other things. Oh my God, I need to do this, I need to do that. Just really grab that mat, right? Okay, grab the mat with your fingertips. Just notice kind of go white around where the nail is. So we're really here. Pull the belly button in. Tucking the toes under. We're going to gently lift the hips up. Lift the hips up and let the neck be soft, and then come back down. So now our brain knows what it's going to do. We're going to do this posture now. It's called dog head down. Okay, and if you've got a dog, your dog will do this in the morning and several times throughout the day. Okay, so we're going to tuck the toes under, shoot the hips up, neck is soft. And I'm going to ask you to bend your knees a little bit. This is called walking the dog, but the head is soft. Not keeping up like this, the neck is soft. Okay, and also I've been cheating on doing this for years, and all through lockdown, sort of swinging over. No, keep the hips still, and we're just going to pedal the feet. So we're working into the hamstring, calf. Breathe. Can we take 5 breaths here? Inhale. Passive exhalation. Inhale. Passive exhalation. Do this 3 more times. Slowly release. Excellent. Excellent. Onto all fours. Have a little shake, have a little move. Okay, great. So I'm going to ask you now to bring 1 foot forward. If you've got any issues with your knees, roll the mat up, put a cushion under the knees. A lot of people think using props is a weakness in yoga, but actually I want to be doing yoga till I'm about 175, so I need my knees not to be shot. Okay, so we're going to take 1 foot forward, palms together on the knee there. Okay, I just want to make sure that I'm not leaning too far forward that the toes disappear. So here, the main function of this posture here, this lunge, is to lengthen this muscle here, the psoas muscle, very important for mental health, our psoas muscle. Okay, so we're going to inhale, send your breath into your psoas muscle here. Take 5 easy breaths here. Inhale. If you like, you can take your arms up, if that feels right for you. Just choose what feels comfortable for you right now. Continue with these 5 breaths. So it's an inhalation. Send the breath to the area that we're working on here, the psoas. Exhale. And just like I said, the toffee will soften as we warm it. The psoas muscle will slowly soften. Okay. Excellent. Well done. So let's do this on the other side. Just find your balance. In fact, we don't have to be on a tightrope, nothing has to be perfect. Actually back off from that, and I'd like you to make yourself as comfortable and steady as you can here. Okay, palms together. 5 breaths. Inhale, send the breath to the psoas muscle that we're extending, that we're lengthening. Smile. If you want to smile, you don't have to smile. It helps. So practicing the passive exhalation. Inhale through the nose. Exhale passively. Inhale. Exhale. Let's maybe sink a little more here. You only sink a bit more when you've done the work, when we've done the breaths. Don't force it, don't force it. Slowly over time begin to soften. Excellent. Slowly release. Okay, coming up to standing now. So this time we are going to step forward. And again, this is not on a tightrope. So we've got a lunge, high lunge, arms up on our tiptoes. Again, inhale, chin parallel with the floor. Arms, you take them, they can be together, they can be wide. Create as much space at the front of your body for your 5 breaths here. Core is engaged, belly button pulls back to the spine. It'll stop the wobble, it'll stop the wobble. You can wiggle your fingers, smile. Don't hate me already. High lunge, activating the glutes, keeping the core strong. Send the breath to that psoas muscle and release. Okay, ooh, have a little move. Have a little move, awaken up the body. And again, step forward on the other side. So find your balance, not on the tightrope, take it wide. Coming down. You can have the palms together if that feels better for your balance. Pull the spine and the belly button together. Inhale, fingers open. Fingers open, boom. Take them up. Experiment with taking them wide. Chin parallel with the floor. Smile. The 5 breaths here. Inhale, direct the breath to the hips, to the psoas. You can move. If you feel wobbly, you just move. Continue with your breaths. Longer exhalation. When we exhale for longer, we will reduce our anxiety because we come down from being high, super alert and fight flight into our parasympathetic nervous system. So I'll talk about that a lot. Okay, have a little move, have a little shake, just check out what's going on in your body, any stiffness. Is the monkey on the shoulder telling you to hurry up and get it done? We're doing it, well done. Okay, so we're going to do some gentle sun salutations now. Usually I have an eye roll at this point because I find them quite boring. Okay, so let's do this, but as part of this movement for mobility of the spine, very important. Okay, so feet together or hip width apart, whatever you choose. I prefer hip width apart, and I'm going to lift my toes up, squeeze them down. Look at your toes, lift them up, squeeze them down. You see if you can go a little bit white around the nail. Okay, great. Knees are soft. A little bit of a micro bend in the knees. So we're going to inhale, take the arms up, lengthen from the armpit to the elbow, elbow at the wrist, wrist to the fingers. And then we're going to open the arms up and we're going to let the chest fall forward. So we're not going to arch the spine, we're going to keep the spine straight. Bend the knees if you need to touch the floor. We're then going to inhale, bring the hands to the thighs, lengthen. So it's like a right angle. Lengthen the spine, smile. Exhale, hands to the floor, bend the knees, step back into that downward dog position. Take some easy breaths here. Pedal the feet. Remember, not dipping from side to side. Bend the knees. Connect with the hands. Excellent. Now I'm going to ask you to come into a gentle plank. Keep the belly button pulling back. Belly button pulls back. Slowly roll the body down. Slowly roll the body down. Forehead to the floor. Inhale. Take the gaze up. You can choose to be active in the hands. Keep the hips pushing down. Baby cobra. Tuck the toes up into tabletop again. Tuck the toes coming into that downward dog. Breathe here. Look at your toes. Look at your toes. Take some easy breaths here. Practicing that passive exhalation, it's really hard. I find it hard. Shifting gears, slowing down. Slowing down. Gosh, what does that mean to slow down? And if you like and when you're ready, step forward. You can take 2 steps, 10 steps. And we're in forward bend. Bend the knees a little. And again, we're going to bring the hands up to above the knees, pushing the hands into the thighs, straighten that spine. Lengthen the spine as if there's a magnet at the bottom of your spine pulling you back to the wall, and a magnet on the top of your head pulling you forward. Oof. Release down. Inhale. Sweep the arms up. Extend. Armpit, elbow, palms together. Pull it down. Well done. And again, bend the knees. Inhale. Lengthen. You may choose to back bend here if you like a little bit. It's your choice. Fold forward. So remember, bringing the chest forward. Bend the knees. So we're not arching the spine. Inhale. Hands to the thighs. Lengthen. Exhale. Fold. Stepping back into downward dog. Maybe some pedal the feet here. Take 3 breaths here. Neck is soft. Head is soft like hanging like a mango off a mango tree. Just soft. We're not holding. Slowly coming forward into plank. Belly button pulls back. Speak to your belly button. Check the fingers out. Roll the body down to the floor. Tops of the toes are in contact with the earth. Inhale. Push through the floor. Back bend. Great for the morning. Back bends. Back bends fight depression. And again. Inhale. Tuck the toes into downward dog. Take 3 breaths here. You can smile, stretch your face, no one can see you. Lots of strange facial expressions. Feels good. May experiment with dipping the knees a little bit, pushing the hands, lengthening the spine. Watch what the dogs do. Watch what dogs do when they do this stretch. And stepping forward. Push through your feet. I want you to send your brain into your feet. Push through the feet, open up. Excellent. We're going to do this one more time. So pull it down. Just take a couple of cooling breaths here. Find your balance. Find your balance. Okay. Inhale. Exhale. Chest comes forward. Inhale. Lengthen. Exhale. Fold. Stepping back into downward dog. Have a little play, have a little move. Neck is soft. Fingers are active. Fingers are active. Look at your toes. Take some easy breaths. And if you like and when you're ready, coming forward into plank. Pull the belly button back. Slowly rolling the body down. Ooh. Inhale, push onto the floor, elbows are close to the ribs. Baby cobra, baby cobra. Exhale down, tuck the toes onto tabletop, shoot the hips up, back into downward dog. Well done. Be soft here, neck is soft, knees are soft. Fingertips grip the floor. Fingertips grip the floor, extend from the wrist to the armpit, armpit to the elbow. Neck is soft. May bend the knees a little, push. Smile, breathe. Stepping forward, inhale. Exhale. So just take some easy breaths here, cooling, easy breaths. Just coming back into the space, notice the temperature of your body. It would have warmed. What can you hear in the space? What can you see in the space? Do you notice the temperature of your hands?